Hello everyone, it's me, Pyro7, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mattel's Dino Rivals Savage Strike Stygimoloch. The Stygimoloch, similarly to Dracorex, was a pachycephalosaur. However, this guy might not exist. Some think that it was a juvenile version of the larger Pachycephalosaurus, which is possible, because it had a dome on its head and spikes, while Dracorex only had spikes, and Pachycephalosaurus mostly had a dome. So those three animals might be the same. With that said, that's really about it, besides it's an herbivore from, like, Cretaceous, Montana. And so that's really about it for the information. As for the review itself, it is a medium-sized animal here. And in real life, it was only about 9 feet long. This guy is not the best detailed. It has its skin is mostly smooth. There are very few wrinkles. There are some, like, bumps on its back and tail, which do add some detail, and that's nice, especially on the tail. But otherwise, its skin is quite smooth, even on the underside. The hands are pronated, which means they're like this instead of this, which they should be like this. But they do have 5 fingers on each hand, which is good. The toes have 4 toes. And the feet, actually on Stygimoloch, Mattel didn't overly do the feet like they do with some of their other animals. It's actually decently sized. They're not overly large, but big enough to help it stand. The head is probably the best detailed part of the thing, considering like all the small spikes and bumps around its head. It's got a larger bump or horn on its nose, but it's nothing too large. A bunch of smaller ones and the very obvious large ones around the back of its head. And a nice round dome at the top of its head, which may have been used for headbutting each other. That's the detail. The coloration is nice. It's based on the Stygimoloch in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, so it's like an orangish brown with purpley, like dark purpley brown patterning. Colored toes, but not fingers. A lighter brown tannish underside with a yellowish tan underside. All the way down, actually. That's not something you see every day, so that's nice. A gray beak. Gray horns on the back of its head. Articulation, the head can move some. It can go side to side. It can tilt. It can go up and down. And that's it for the head. The arms move on, I think is a ball and socket joint. I'm not really sure. They can also stick out like this. The legs cannot do a lot. They can like move back and forth in a 360 circle, same with the arms, but that's really about it. They can't stick out to help support it while standing, but at the same time that is pretty okay because this animal stands perfectly fine on its own once the feet are positioned properly, of course, like that. Action feature. The neck has its own joint, which I believe on the attack pack and or battle damage editions, it would like move on its own. Like you would have to manually do it, but it could move. Whereas with the Savage Strike edition, the tail is also separated. You press the tail down and it recoils its neck. Release the tail and it comes back out. This is a pretty cool like head striking feature, which is pretty realistic in pachycephalosaurs. And it could also be like a browsing feature outside, or like tucking in to protect its neck from predators. Like if you're using other Mattel dinosaur toys, or any dinosaur toys really, any of those features could work theoretically and realistically. Couple details I missed before getting to the action feature itself. The eyes are not very well painted. I mean, they are. There's like it's brown, and the pupil is black and round, but the pupil is so big and the brown itself is such a dark shade that it blends in very well, and it just looks like it's got a singular black eye. And on the bottom of the foot is the Jurassic World logo and the DNA scan code for the Jurassic World Facts app. Now, with this being a Dino Rivals animal, it comes with a card. Not every Dino Rivals animal comes with a card, but just about all of them do. And with the card, we see the typical Dino Rivals and Jurassic World logos that Mattel did back in 2019. And on the other side, you see the Stygimoloch, Styggy. It has been, in Fallen Kingdom, it was nicknamed Styggy. The illustration of the dinosaur itself, and then its stats, being strength, speed, intelligence, and aggression. As far as Stygimoloch, I think it's pretty accurate. Maybe the intelligence could be a little higher, like 3 or 4, but overall it all adds up to 20. Stats, I have no idea what the 20 is supposed to mean besides this, like all the stats added up. And with that said, that's the Dino Rivals Stygimoloch. This thing was about $7, maybe $10 back in 2019. Although if online it could go for a lot more or cheaper. Depends if it's new or used. If it's in box, it'll be way more expensive. But with that said, that was the Dino Rivals Savage Strike Stygimoloch. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.